Okay, we're on Pesachim, Perik Aleph, Mishnah Vav, 6th Mishnah in the first chapter of Pesachim. So I guess because we're talking about bi'ur chametz and burning stuff, our Mishnah is going to take a sort of side turn and discuss two Mishnah discussing the different things that they used to burn together. In order to understand our Mishnah, you have to talk a little bit about tum'ah, the different levels of tum'ah, ritual impurity. So in order to do this, I made you a very, very simple, not even a chart. A person who dies, if there's somebody, a dead body, is called Avi Avot HaTumah. Avi Avot, the grandfather of Tumah. If that Avi Avot HaTumah touches something else, it becomes an Av HaTumah. Okay, so if a person touches a dead body, he becomes an Av HaTumah, the father of Tumah. Great. That Av HaTumah, if he touches something else, that, like a clothing or whatever, that becomes a Rishon L'Tumah. Or if an Av HaTumah touches another person, that person becomes a Rishon L'Tumah. Anything under an Av, you should just know, is called, in terms of our Mishnah, Vladot HaTumah. Vladot are the children of Tumah. Let's highlight that. Why? You have the father, and then you have the Vladot, you have the children. Rishon, if it touches food, the food becomes a Sheni, the Tumah. If food touches Truma, that becomes a Shlishi, the Tumah. These are all much more gradations. And if Truma touches Kachim, like a Korban, that becomes Revi'i, the Tumah. Those are the levels. We have Avi Avot, which we're not going to talk about right now, the Avatuma, then Rishon, Sheni, and Shlishi. Let's go back to our Mishnah. Rabbi Chanina Sgan HaKohanim Omer. Rabbi Chanina, he was the Sgan HaKohanim, the second in command. Mimehem Shel Kohanim. In the days of the Kohanim, Lo nimneu milisrov et habasar shenitma bevlad hatuma, im basar shenitma be'av hatuma. Af al pi shemosifin tuma al tumato. Let's read and translate, and then I'll explain. From the days of the Kohanim, lo nimnu, nimna means they didn't hold back, they didn't prevent themselves from burning milisov, from burning basar, meat that was tamei bevlad hatuma. Remember, we'll see what kind of vlad. Ima basar shenitma be'av hatuma, together with basar that touched av hatuma, even though afalpisha mosifin tuma al tumato, even though it became mosifin tuma. Let's look at the Bartunur for a second. Okay, they didn't hold back, they didn't stop. So what happened is, if you had meat in the Beit HaMikdash that became tameh, you have to burn it. So now the question is, now if I have different gradations of tuma, if I have an ava tuma or a rishon tuma, and I have a shlishi, if I burn them together, the shlishi is going to touch the rishon to become a sheni. So maybe you could say, no, you can't. You have to burn them separately. You have to burn the rishon separately, and you have to burn the shlishi separately. So says Rabbi Chanina Sgan HaKohanim, they didn't bother. They didn't worry about making the sheni, the shlishi into a sheni, making it more tameh, which you're not allowed to do, since you're going to burn the whole thing anyway. That's a pretty big chiddush. That's what it says. He says, it's talking about a vlad shel vlad kamar. Klomar, meaning, habasar shu shlishi, a basar that shlishi that touched the sheni, okay? They didn't nimnu, they didn't hold back from burning it with basar shenitma ba'av shu rishon. That's basically what he's saying. He's saying, if they had a shlishi and they had a rishon, they burned them together. Why? Oh, the shlishi became a sheni. That's not a problem. Why? The Mishnah says, okay, afapisha mosifin tuma al tumato. Even though they would add tuma onto the additional tuma because they're burning the whole thing. Okay? Nonetheless, they wouldn't do it. They didn't have a problem of doing it. Loshna ochlim, loshna mashim. It didn't matter food or it didn't matter drink. Nonetheless, okay, 1 second. I have to go back. Here, okay, so afapike lo nimnu milisarfo im chamor mimenu. They didn't hold back from burning that which was lenient or lesser tumah when that which was more. Tehuil avzeakal lisreifa made lo chashu. It says that you're going to burn it, so it didn't matter. Rabbi Akiva says, oh yeah, I can up you. Hosif Rabbi Akiva v'amar. Rabbi Akiva added and said, miyameim shel kohanim, since the days of the kohanim, lo nimnu milahadlik et hashemen shenifsal b'tvul yom. If you have shemen, it's called shemen sreifa. What you have to do is you have to burn shemen zayit, you have to burn it. But you could burn it. One way to burn it was to use it as a light. So they would do that. They didn't hold back from burning it. Bener shenitma b'tmei meit. And a nair here is a candle. Remember, the candle is the receptacle that they would put the oil in and then put a wick in. So they would put shemen shenifsal b'tvul yom. We're going to see what level that is. And a candle that's nitma b'tmei meit. Let's look at the Bartunura for a second. Okay, it's a nair of matechet. It's a metal nair. And he says, we have a rule that if metal touches a tuma, okay, na'asa kemoto. So if a metal touches an av, im av, the metal becomes an av. Im rishon, rishon. So here we have a metal candle, nimsa chaner shel matechet, shenaga b'tmei meit. The metal candle touched a tmei meit, that touched an av, na'ase av hatuma. So the candle itself is an av hatuma. V'hashta now, Mosif Rabbi Akiva, al divrei Rabbi Chanina sgan hakohanim. He adds on and says, Rabbi Chanina lo hitir ela lachzir hashlishi sheni. Remember, Rabbi Chanina said, I took shlishi meat and it touches a rishon, the shlishi becomes sheni. Shlishi becomes sheni. But Rabbi Akiva says, hitir lachzir shlishi rishon. Remember, so Rabbi Akiva said, oh yeah, I have oil that was a shlishi the tum'ah, and what happened is I can burn it in an av tum'ah, and so that means that makes this into a rishon. If the shlishi touches the av, it becomes a rishon. It touches the candle, that's an av tum'ah. So Rabbi Akiva says, oh yeah, I'm going to one up. You said shlishi to sheni. So he says, I'm going to make it, I say, a shlishi can touch an av. Nimsach shlishi yot rishon. Aval pikan lo nibnu. Still, nonetheless, they didn't hold back. Since it's tameh, lo chashina, we're not worried. Umutar lohosif biyadayim. So therefore, that's what the Mishnah is saying. Rabbi Chanina said, I took it from shlishi to sheni. Rabbi Akiva said, oh yeah? Lo nimnu hosif. He added and said, I took it from a shemen shenifsal b'tvul yom, which is a shlishi, in a ner nitma b'tmei, which is an av, and took it to a rishon. Afapisha mosifin tumah tumato. Even though you're adding tumah on the tumah and making it more tameh, since you're burning it, we didn't really care. We'll stop here. As always, if you have comments or questions, if that was a little confusing, email me at rspolter@gmail.com. I will dedicate learning to the memory of my father, Rab Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.